Metallica's Nothing Else Matters, and we have made it to video 300. Thank you guys so much. So, we have made it to video 300, and we are finally gonna have something that I've always been wanting to, a Q&A. 63 subscribers. Not a lot of you people ask me questions, but that's okay because I asked some of my friends on school, people on Facebook I announced it, and even on Twitter I announced it. So there's definitely a lot of questions. Like, not a lot, like this little piece of paper, both sided. And yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with the Q&A. Hopefully I give you a bunch of long answers. Maybe I'll give you enough time because apparently I got a bunch, not enough questions, but like, you know, an average amount. Not a lot of people ask, like I said, and it's okay. I'm not mad. Just kind of like, you know, alright, I'll do the best I can. This is the first ever Q&A I've ever done in my life, so it's better to do it. And because it's Halloween, I made that cool entrance featuring the Freddy mask. Not the Freddy mask, the Jason mask, my apologies. Yeah, you guys remember way back last year when I had this mask a while ago? Yep, I came back. And yeah, let's just kick it off. It's gonna be a fun ride. Yes, like I said, it'll be a mix of wrestling, non-wrestling, music, movies, a lot of personal questions, and most of them come from Twitter. So yeah, I'll say that. If I didn't get to your question, my apologies. And I'm talking about those people who were asked kind of late, so there'll be that. So from Twitter, this some girl named Melanie asked me the first question: do you have a girlfriend? She's already getting personal. All right. No, I do not have a girlfriend. Do I plan on having a girlfriend sometime? Probably not. Yes, I go to school still. I'm in my senior year. Kind of done with relationships. I spend most of my time chasing one girl. And it really does hurt when, you know, it's the answer no. I didn't ask her out. I didn't. I just knew that the answer was gonna be no because she's up to bigger things. I'm up to other things, you know. And it's cool, you know. Sometimes a friend is the only thing you get, and you can say friend zone all you want. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, I don't think that's proper way to say it. Yes, sure, it might not work out, but it's all good, because, you know, it's good to have friends, you know, that's the only thing that matters right now. Ironically enough, I played a song called Nothing Else Matters right now. So yeah, I just hope that, you know, whenever I decide to be in a relationship, it goes well. You know, if it doesn't, too bad. You know, more money, more problems, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. And yeah, it's kind of sad trying to find a girl these days. It's just kind of just annoying, just trying to find one, like at least one proper girl, especially at my age. This generation is screwed up. So just hopefully I just find someone good for myself. Have I dated before? Of course I have. I mean, look at me. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that'll be it, I guess. So her second question, she had 3 questions, by the way. Her second question, favorite snack. Fuck. Let's see. I'm into more drinks than I am into snacks. Like Gatorade, I'll drink that, but obviously water because I'm always working. That's why I don't get a lot of videos uploaded. That's why, you know, I got school, I got work, and I got YouTube. So it's like 3 things I gotta worry about, plus with homework, chores, tests that are coming, you know. So yeah, Gatorade always makes me feel better. As far as like something like to eat, you know, I want to say chips, but even that, I don't eat that many chips. Like maybe like some Cheetos or Doritos, you know. If I had to choose my favorite chips, those would be it. Lay's, Doritos, or Cheetos. I like the old school Mexican Ruffles, you know, the ones like it's like a green bag, you know. Those were really good. It pissed me off that chips don't get filled up all the way back then. As far as like a nutritious snack, I'll probably say watermelon. I really like a lot of like watermelon or fruit, you know. Yeah, I'm into snacks definitely for sure, but I'm more into like a big like meal. You know, if the question was favorite meal, which I didn't get asked that, but I'll say it anyways. Favorite meal probably be like a burger, pizza. You know, a lot of unhealthy stuff, even though I work at a farm. But yeah, yeah, but I do eat healthy. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's just that those are the most like popular foods out there. Chips Ahoy definitely a good snack to have. How did I forget that? Coming in at see, I'm already thinking I'm making a question like let's just go to the third question. I'm already messing up. What's your dream job? My dream job is I've always loved movies. I don't know if you could tell back there, but you know, my room's kind of a mess. I don't kind of want to show it, but I have like a stack of movies. See, I got like Jason Bourne, Lord of the Rings, Knocked Up, Departed, Whiplash. A lot of Marvel stuff, Civil War. Uh, let's see, Iron Man, Avengers. Dark Knight trilogy. A lot of great movies I've seen. And for me, a dream job has always been to make movies. It's always been a dream of mine. Anybody who knows me knows that I have always been curious of doing movies, like filming. Um, and actually, that's gonna be one of the upcoming questions later. But yeah, I always wanted to do a lot of writing. I like a lot of writing. Journalism is like a thing for me. Writing movies or writing music, whichever one works for me. I think those were like the dream jobs for me. Just living, having your own ideas, seeing them on the big screen or seeing them in a song. That's like so cool. Like to think about. That's like my dream job to have. That's like so cool. Like even YouTube. That could be like a perfect dream job. Like if this was my daily job where I make money out of it, I would be so happy. That would be so great. And yeah, that'll be all. Then alright, so yeah, those are all of Melanie's questions from Twitter. So thanks a lot, Melanie. Coming up from YouTube, we got D Chase Allen. Now, before I get to D Chase Allen, these questions I've actually put them in certain order because of certain ways I want the questions to go. So if you answer first and you're like third or something, don't worry about it. It's just that I want to do it certainly. Just so I even out like the type of questions I get, because there's some people that ask too many wrestling questions. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyways, Chase Allen, my bad. This is gonna be questions that you asked. You asked 5 questions. Thoughts on the WWE brand split? I like it so far. It was going well, but I noticed that a lot of like certain times it feels like the same crap going on over and over. You see Smackdown, you only think about AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Miz, maybe once in a while John Cena, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt. They have like a little bit of talent, and they're doing the best they can with them. Even Heath Slater and Rhino have been killing it as tag team champions. The Usos have been great heels. American Alpha have been great underdogs. So SmackDown's definitely been a good place for them to like push bigger talent, like talent that we like want to see get over. And that's saying a lot because SmackDown is 2 hours and Raw is 3 hours, and then you got like crap like Braun Strowman squash match or a Bo Dallas squash match. Hell, once in a while we get Titus O'Neil versus Darren Young. And it's kind of sad too because you see Raw's got like a bigger stack talent. They got Cesaro, they got Neville, they got Sami Zayn, they got the cruiserweight division. They got like a lot of young talent, and they're not doing jack with them. The New Day are still tag team champions, and it's just kind of annoying. I know that they want to beat Demolition's record. I don't care, but I want to see new talent, new tag teams get into the mix. And Finn Balor. I mean, the fact that he got injured, it just shows that he's kind of lucky, because when he comes back, he's gonna be strong because he was at the big talent. Because if Finn Balor was currently champion and he drops the belt, he would easily just been just not the same. You know, he would be like Roman Reigns currently, even though of course Roman Reigns is at his level because he got suspended, but still, you know, it's kind of hard to keep a major star. Like the fact that the Miz had to carry himself to be the mid carder that he is now says a lot, because he went from main event in WrestleMania 27. Keep that in mind. Now he's, hell, he wasn't at WrestleMania 30 memorable, 31. He wasn't there at all. You know, there's some people that are getting the push that they want, especially if you're in SmackDown. But on Raw, what are they doing? Like, I'm scared to go watch WrestleMania and I got to see Bo Dallas versus Kevin Owens or some shit like that, you know? And, you know, I'm glad that they're pushing certain talent, you know, but definitely there's some better writing that they should be doing. That's why it would have been better if Raw was 2 hours and SmackDown 2 hours. That way it's an even amount, because, you know, it's like fair for them. And then, like I said, the Cruiserweight division, I said in my Hell in a Cell review that the Cruiserweight division should have stayed in NXT. So, yeah, do I hate the draft? Not really. I just think that they could have done something much better. Thoughts on Goldberg versus Lesnar 2? Okay, I'm cool with them having the match. Yeah, Goldberg Lesnar 2 could be an okay match, but I really don't care. I mean, Goldberg's the past, and Brock Lesnar, you know, he could help build stars, and hell, even Goldberg could help build stars. He could be facing Roman Reigns right now. Sorry, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins. You know, Goldberg could definitely push talent. He could be like Batista, and a much better Batista. Because Batista's lost it. He's doing well in Guardians of the Galaxy, but still. And I heard that Goldberg's, this is his last match, so whatever with it. Goldberg Lesnar 2, it's gonna be okay, I hope. I just don't really care for the match itself, because we've seen it once, and of course that was a terrible idea to have. But I'm cool. I'm gonna see it, obviously, because it's like Survivor Series, a big four. I gotta see it, and yeah. I hope that answers your question. Goldberg Lesnar 2. I don't care for it, but I'll be okay if it's a good match. You know. Her third question: wrestler you like but everybody hates. Fuck, that is a hard question. Trying to think of some wrestlers that I like that a lot of people don't like. Shoot, I'm trying to think of some. Shoot, that is a hard question. I'm sorry. Okay, a lot of people, you know, they might not like certain people, and Ho Loon is not that bad. It's just that I feel that he does botch a lot, but I think he's okay as a wrestler. I mean, if you don't know who that is, he's part of the Cruiserweight division. I'm trying to think of some. I like Sin Cara. I know a lot of people don't like him. They think he's just there because Kalisto was there. I thought he was okay. Fuck, that is a really hard question. I should have planned these ahead. Sure, I'm like looking through like talents and stuff, like people I might not have like be so cool with. Mark Briscoe is gonna give me a lot of hate, but I don't care. I'm not the biggest Mark Briscoe fan, because I mean Jay Briscoe is like a much better talent. Mark Briscoe's okay at most. Colt Cabana, this guy is overrated. Now, despite his feud with CM Punk or whatever the hell they're going on, they're not really that good. I mean, that guy is kind of overrated in the ring, and I just kind of don't like him. So Colt Cabana, I would say he's a wrestler people like, but I don't like. You know, everybody's got talent, I guess, but I don't know. I never liked this guy. I mean, oh shit, I fucked up. So let's scratch all that. So Chase Allen's fourth question was wrestlers you hate but everybody else likes. I would say Colt Cabana, like I said, because of everything I just said. Like, you know, he's not that great in the ring, you know. As far as a wrestler that I like, that that no one else like. It's hard to think of, you know. It's a really hard one. I'm sorry if I could think of some, maybe I'll answer. But yeah, wrestlers you hate, but everybody else like. I'm gonna have to say Colt Cabana, and I'm not saying it because like that's just my opinion. Everybody's got opinions here, so I'm sorry that I spaced out for a while. His final question: favorite video games. I'm more of a PlayStation 2 guy. I still play my PlayStation 2 games. I don't know. PlayStation 2 was like the decade for video games. It was such a good year for video games, if you think about it. You had the Star Wars old school games, the Battlefront ones, the like not these like super like over the top. Like I like the old school Battlefront. I like the old school WWE video games. Smackdown, Here Comes the Pain. Smackdown, Just Bring It. Smackdown versus Raw 2007. Those were some great games. We had the Mortal Kombat series. Those are always incredible to play. Nothing against today's video games. I just hate that every video game has to be a Call of Duty video game, and I think those games are personally overrated. The WWE games are not the same anymore. It's basically a rerun of WWE 12. I like the Batman Arkham video games a lot. The Lego video games are actually pretty fun. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but they're actually a lot of fun. So yeah, I like old school video games, and I'm tired of like some games like being pushed to death. I mean, I'm not the biggest Assassin's Creed fan. I'm gonna see the movie and probably get bored. But not the biggest gamer here. Sorry. So yeah, but I'll always play some old school video games. I like Naruto games. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was maybe my favorite Dragon Ball Z game. Yeah, there's a lot of great video games back in the day. So yeah, Chase Allen from YouTube. Check out his channel. Great guy, one of my earliest subscribers. Thanks for asking those questions. I really appreciate it. From Facebook, and this is actually my boss, Amanda Starks. I'm not saying the middle name because, Amanda, I don't want to get you like, in my world of like trolls and stuff like that. But she only asked me one question. What would be your favorite genre to direct? Let's see. I would never like to do an action movie because that's where like all the criticism gets. Especially with like the whole superhero genre being like the biggest thing going on right now. It's like kind of hard to make an action movie. A comedy, I'm always be down to do some comedy here and there. An animated movie would be hard as hell to do, but I would would love to try to do an animated movie here and there. But I definitely like those movies with dialogue, like with cool dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a big fan of like Quentin Tarantino. Maybe he's my favorite director. Like Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs. It's just so simple, and like I like simple movies, and they like where it's just dialogue, but like you're so intrigued with what's going on, and I like movies like that, and I would love to do a movie like that. It's been a dream of mine to do a movie of to direct a movie that it's like inspired by me. Hold on, I got a call. I don't know who the hell was that. Yeah, I would always be intrigued to do like a movie about my life, a story of what I've been through. I've written scripts about my life and making it to fan fiction, kind of like that. And I would always be down to do a story of me and like, to direct. The problem is that, with like society always going after the blockbusters, it's hard to take a movie serious. Like, honestly, this year of movies is probably the year of indie movies. No, like, movies like that were blockbuster were that great. There were some okay ones, but they weren't really the greatest, People still debate with the Suicide Squad movies, Captain America Civil War. I know you didn't like that movie. Like some of my favorite movies this year were The Nice Guys, Hell or High Water, and Kubo and the Two Strings. Half of the people here don't even know what those movies are, and those are movies that I would also like to direct. Sing Street which I've said was my favorite movie, maybe of all time. Maybe obviously my favorite movie this year. That movie just culminates like a story of my life. That's like, if you guys haven't seen Sing Street, definitely go check that movie out. I've been promoting this movie since I saw it the first time in theaters. It was a beautifully done movie, and that's the movie I would want to do, Sing Street. If you guys haven't seen Sing Street, check it out. I've done a review on this channel. It's definitely a must-see. Amanda, thanks for that question. No, Facebook is great. So yeah, next pair of questions. There's 2 questions from WWE TV coming from YouTube. First question was, what's your favorite song you've written? Fuck, that's a hard question. Now I know I get hate or feedback from people that I kind of read off the paper. You know, not a real rapper. I rap like this, reading what I'm about to say, because I hardly got time to write songs. I mean, the recent song I've written was Time Ticking Clock, which is basically a song that I ain't got time to write a song or do anything with my life. Hell, I even ripped off a picture of somebody. You know, I'm not gonna go that personal, but yeah, I think, I don't know. I'm not saying that's my favorite song. Let's see, I'm trying to think of some. Let's see. There's a song actually I've written that I haven't ever shown on YouTube, but a lot of people have heard the song. It was called The Boy from Cali, which is basically me introducing myself to the world, because I'm from California, San Diego, California. The Boy from Cali is probably a good song that I've written. As far as some that you've seen, let's see, Double X Prince was a lot of fun to make, and it was a lot of fun getting the crowd going with that song. So that was definitely like a good highlight for me. Want My Friend Back was my very first song and my very first video. You guys know how bad that was, me just crying and just being desperate for a friend, and whatever, it led me to what I am now. Haha. Let's see, I'm trying to think of another song. Not Your Puppet was another recent one that I wrote. I thought that one was okay. Off the Ground, I apologize for the volume in that song, but it was basically me and 2 other YouTubers. If you guys know Shatter Beatbox or Bryce Turner Music, those 2 channels, you know, those 2 guys helped me with that song, and it was great. Like 3 YouTubers all making one good song. It was just great. Like 3 combinations of 3 different types of talents: beatboxing, soft rock, and rapping. So it was great. That was like a lot of fun making. But as far as my favorite song, I'm gonna have to go with Dream. People are probably saying why. Well, besides the fact that I've performed it twice and uploaded that same song twice, it's just like the song that gets me the most. When we met, she called me by a different name. Soccer player, boy, she got game. That's one of my closest friends right there. We used to talk a lot, not as much anymore, but damn, she kind of showed me like her passionate about soccer, because she loves playing soccer, and she you know, that motivated me to do what I want to do. Writing. Hell, I started being a YouTuber here, you know, and I got a chance to be myself just by seeing her be herself, and that was just great. And I kind of wanted to show that to the whole world, you know. It shouldn't just be like a handful of people choosing their dreams. And of course, not every dream can ever be done, but the fact that people still believe, I mean, shoot, I mean, the Bible, you know, has shown me a lot. Yeah, I'm a Christian that writes songs and cusses on YouTube, you know. But yeah, Dream is definitely my favorite song I've ever written. It's just such a good song for me that, I don't know, the fact that I memorized it by heart is just saying a lot, and I really enjoy that song so very much. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to go say Dream. If you guys haven't heard that song, check it out. It's a really good song. I hope that you guys really enjoy it. Second question, and I've actually asked this to the Brad Rules. He couldn't give me a quick answer because, you know, it's hard to answer this question. But his WWE TV's question was favorite or best year for movies. It was a It was a hard question. The more I think about it, 1995, 1999, 1982, and 1984. If I had to put them in a four-way tie, those would be my favorite years. Because look at it. 1982 was like the year of The Thing, Blade Runner, E.T. My favorite, my second favorite Steven Spielberg movie besides Raiders of the Lost Ark. 1982 was like definitely a good decade for movie, and it showed a lot of like what more people could do. 1984 had the Karate Kid, which is my favorite movie of all time. Ghostbusters. Let's see, Ghostbusters, one of my favorite comedies of all time, also in my top 10 of movies. Fuck. Let's see what else they had in 1985. I remember Terminator, Gremlins, Temple of Doom. That was another great year. Beverly Hills Cop was another great one. And then it leads to like the 90s. 90s was like definitely the decade for movies, but 1995 and 1999 is like hard. Those are like my two legit favorite years ever. I mean, 1995 had Friday, it had Bad Boys, a good Die Hard sequel, Braveheart, Toy Story, the beginning of Pixar, a good GoldenEye movie, James Bond, the great Heat, Seven, Apollo 13. Yeah, that was definitely a good year, 1995. And then 1999, for those of you who do not know, 1999 was the year I was born, and that definitely showed like the generation of like my type of people. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, Toy Story 2, Iron Giant, Matrix, Sixth Sense, American Beauty, which is a movie I thought I was gonna hate, Fight Club, The Talented Mr. Ripley, The Beginning, American Pie. I'm not the biggest Blair Witch Project, but I thought it was whatever. It was okay. Also, people like to criticize modern years, because it's too comic-y or something. But 2012 was definitely a good year for movies. It had Looper, Perks of Being a Wallflower, The Avengers, Dark Knight Rises. I know a lot of people don't like that movie, but I do. Zero Dark 30. 2012 was a good year. I mean, Cabin in the Woods, Lincoln. I think Sinister was that year. 2012 was definitely a legit year for movies. And then 2014 was another good modern day year for movies. 2014 had Dawn of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, I should say, Whiplash, and Birdman. Two Oscar movies that showed me what a real Oscar movie could be if you give it like some respect. It had some great superhero movies that year. X-Men Days of Future Past, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Captain America Winter Soldier. Some other great movies there. So I don't hate this modern era of movies. I think it's a pretty solid ass era for movies. Not the greatest, obviously. The 90s definitely taking that spot. But if I had to choose my favorite year, I'm probably gonna have to say 1999, simply for the fact that I was born that year, and it showed like a lot of stuff that I'm into now, like The Matrix, Toy Story, The Iron Giant, the classic animation. 1995 was also a really good year as far as action movies. It's hard with those 2 years. 1995 and 1999 are definitely my two favorite years for movies. To choose them in a tie, it would have to be those two. But WWE TV. Thanks for those questions. Thanks a lot for those questions. Next question comes from Twitter. D Hanu. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but he has 5 questions. What's the biggest WWE dream match? I would say Stone Cold versus CM Punk. If not, Sting versus Undertaker. I'm gonna have to say Sting versus Undertaker. That's the one that we've been anticipating the most, and obviously it's got to be Crow Sting. It's got to be Crow Sting and Undertaker. The fact that we could have had that match and that we didn't have it, it just irritates me that it never happened. It probably never will happen because Undertaker's last years seem to come, and Sting, I'm pretty sure he's retired. Sting and Undertaker, definitely the biggest dream match. If not, Hogan and Austin. That's another good one. Punk and Austin. You know, a lot of Stone Cold Steve Austin dream matches that were good, but Sting and Undertaker, no doubt. Second question. HBK versus AJ Styles. You dig? I've actually never talked about this, but I know that AJ Styles wanted to fight Shawn Michaels at the Royal Rumble, and I'm pretty sure that this upcoming Royal Rumble is quote unquote the biggest Royal Rumble in history of Royal Rumble histories, as far as the card goes. But I don't want to see Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles. Why? Shawn Michaels is retired. He should definitely be on his break. It sucks, like that everybody who says they were gonna retire in WWE ends up coming back for a couple more matches before they say they retire, and they never end strong. Shawn Michaels has been the only wrestler who has retired and called it good, and it was a great ending to his career. He tried to take on The Undertaker at WrestleMania 26 a second time, and he just so close, and he didn't do it. And he put his career on the line, showing that he cared so much about trying to beat The Undertaker, and he didn't. And it should end that way, What a great way to end. Your last match was against Undertaker, easily my favorite wrestler of all time. And instead, I don't want to see him fight AJ Styles. It will be a great match, don't get me wrong, but I could live without it. I could really live without Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles. And it's going to give me hate, but I don't care. I want a career to end perfectly, because when Ric Flair retired, he went to TNA. Hulk Hogan retired, went to TNA. Sting retired, went to TNA. Came to WWE. No legit retirements have ever happened, ever. And Shawn Michaels is the only one to do it. And that's the only reason why I don't want to see AJ versus Shawn Michaels. I'd rather keep that dream match going, because I could live without it. I really could. And it's a new era. It's time to push new stars. No, stop bringing Goldberg. Stop bringing Lesnar. Stop having all these part-timers. Make new stars, damn it. Favorite rapper. This is next question. Favorite rapper. I have to say, I'm a big NWA fan. Ice Cube is definitely my favorite out of that bunch. Everybody knows that Tupac is a big name in San Diego, or California, I should say. Biggie Smalls is another great one, but I'm gonna have to say Eminem, and I don't care what anybody's gonna say that, oh, he's white, he's not a good rapper. I give props where props is due, I'm a rapper, and fuck, I'm not, I'm not gonna bring race to it, but Eminem has definitely been a talent that I've always admired. Like his early days, I would have to say, he's not as great as he is back then. He brought the Marshall Mathers LP2, but it still had those songs that just kind of sucked. Like I hated Monster. Recovery was another whatever album. I thought it was whatever. Relapse sucked. Encore is overrated. I like his originals, like the SSLP2, the MMLP2. I mean, not. Let me scratch that. SSLP, Slim Shady LP, MMLP, and the Eminem Show. Those three CDs were gold. Some of the greatest albums ever in the history. So yeah, Eminem has definitely been a huge inspiration of mine. If not, I'm gonna have to say Ice Cube, because definitely his first album was just gold right off the bat. As far as modern rappers, it's not a lot of good ones. I'd probably have to say Kendrick Lamar. That's about it. Drake is overrated. He has some okay songs, but he's not the best. Come on, he's not the best. Next question: Star Wars or Star Trek? I really only got into Star Trek like in 2009 when the J.J. Abrams movie came out, and it was a really good movie. And then I started watching some of the old school ones, and they're really good, I have to say. But I'm always going to be a Star Wars guy. It's like an easier timeline to keep track of. And, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back are just two of the best movies I've ever seen. And, that alone just kind of says that I'm a bigger Star Wars guy than I am a Star Trek guy. The Hanu, I think that's your name. Thanks for those questions. Really appreciate those questions. I just noticed you guys can't really see my face, and I'm sorry for that. FSG Gaming / WWE from YouTube. Thoughts on Goldberg? He's okay. I definitely like his old school ability. Like, he doesn't care about having a classic match. He just cares about getting shit done. I like that style. But then again, he doesn't have that many great matches. I have to be honest there. He's a good talent, but yeah, like I said, he doesn't have that many classic matches in his calendar. Maybe Brock and Goldberg be a classic, but who knows what happens there. Jordan Turner. Oh, by the way, FSG Gaming / WWE. Thanks for that question. Jordan Turner from Twitter. 2 questions. Should CM Punk come back? He's gonna come back regardless. I don't think he should come back right away. Definitely don't want to see him in UFC anymore. That was just embarrassing. Oh man, Mickey Gall fucked him up badly. But yeah, CM Punk definitely should come back. If he does come back, let's get one thing straight. WWE don't fuck him up, and CM Punk don't be a prick about it. People are trying to help you. People are trying to, see, because CM Punk is a good talent. He's a great talent, man. Hell, he's had some of the best matches in ROH history with Austin Aries, Samoa Joe, Bryan Danielson, hell, and even WWE. He had a great match with John Cena and Money in the Bank. Easily the best modern match in WWE. He had so many great ones, And hell, now he could have better matches with, who knows, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Neville. Joe is back, he could do a lot. Hell, we could finally get CM Punk versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I know a lot of people never thought about that match, but yeah, I've always wanted to see Shinsuke Nakamura take on CM Punk. I've actually wanted to see that more than Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And I'm not saying it just for the sake of the video. I'm just saying it because, CM Punk definitely knows how to cut a promo. And Shinsuke Nakamura knows how to not take a promo serious. So that would be some interesting ass chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Second question. Hillary or Trump? Oh, fuck. I don't like any of those options. Can we get Bernie back? No. If I have to choose, I'll probably have to choose Hillary, but even I'm not proud of saying that answer. Donald Trump is, I'm from California. Obviously, Donald Trump has been the guy who just gets on everybody's nerves. And it's just, I don't know. This city is just like, the United States is fucked. Let's just get that straight. No matter who becomes president, we're screwed. But I'd rather choose someone who will not take advantage of us, Mexicans, Definitely I want someone who gives fair rights at most, So I'll probably have to say Hillary Clinton. I can't vote yet, so there's that. What was his name? Jordan Turner from Twitter. Yeah, thanks for those questions. Next 8 questions come from a good friend of mine, another Prince in this YouTube world, and that is Prince of Strong Style 9 V2 from YouTube. You guys probably already know who that is. But yeah, he gave me 8 questions, so this is gonna be a lot of fun. What are some aspects of wrestling that lack storytelling by far? Nowadays, everybody just talks about being the number 1 contender, but not telling a good story. People become number 1 contender, they have the match, and then they have 3 more matches, and then that's how the story gets built. And it's just annoying. I need a better story, Where are the stories where, like, Vince and Stone Cold Steve Austin, I know they can't go that far, but they could do something great with that. That's why Lucha Underground has been my favorite wrestling promotion currently. I mean, Killshot and Marty Martinez would never have that match that they had recently in a WWE ring. That's a fact. It was a great storytelling, and they got characters. That's another lack in WWE or wrestling in general. That's why I'm not the biggest ROH guy. I mean, I'll watch it, but not the biggest one because they lack on character development. At this point, everybody's just playing themselves. Remember when, hell, in Lucha Underground, I'm not going to talk about the Attitude Era. I don't feel like talking about Attitude Era right now, but Lucha Underground has characters, you know. Prince Puma, definitely another great character. Mil Muertes is basically like another Undertaker. King Cuerno's a hunter. Phoenix is like an underdog. Mass wrestler. Drago literally plays a dragon. Aerostar goes back to the future. So many great characters in Lucha Underground. Some of them are silly, I could agree, but it's a character, you know. And yeah, those are the fact that everybody's playing themselves and the storytelling is just awful. Second question he asks, what are artists and bands that you recommend? See, I'm not into a lot of indie stuff, but I don't know. I like a lot of like rapping currently. I used to be a huge rock fan, like the biggest rock fan. I still kind of am, cause I'll never say that I grew up with rap music. I always grew up with rock music. You know, AC/DC, Metallica, Nirvana, Iron Maiden, hell, some Green Day here and there. You know, a lot of old school like rock bands were like shit for me. Nowadays they're not the same. Red Hot Chili Peppers keep coming and going. They're not the same anymore. Guns N' Roses. I honestly thought they were overrated. I only like 2 songs of them. So yeah, I hate Kiss. I never got into those guys. Yeah, I think that's it. Those are some bands I really recommend as far as rappers. Like I said, Eminem, Ice Cube, you know. Yeah, so those are some bands I recommend, and you guys have all probably heard of them. I'm a big Breaking Benjamin fan. If you guys don't know who that is, they've done songs like Firefly, let's see, Little Soldier, I think that was the name of it. Unknown Soldier, my bad. Diary of Jane, you know. If you guys watch any WWE highlights, they always pop out. Those songs always pop out, and those I always get into. Favorite TV shows. Oh, I love old school TV. Now I didn't grow up with like Ninja Turtles, and I kind of grew up with Power Rangers, but not that much. Not the biggest anime fan, even though I do like Studio Ghibli movies a lot. Too bad they're done. But yeah, as far as TV show goes, I always chose Cartoon Network over Nickelodeon. Don't get me wrong. Nickelodeon had SpongeBob, Danny Phantom, Jimmy Neutron, Fairy Odd Parents. They had some good shows. But I was always a Cartoon Network guy. Always a Cartoon Network guy. Like, I don't know what about it. They had like some of the best shows. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, codenamed Kids Next Door, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Damn, they had countless shows. Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Courage the Cowardly Dog was another great one. Johnny Bravo. Oh, fuck, I love Johnny Bravo. Damn. TV shows used to be the shit back then. Yeah, those are like some old TV shows I used to like. I also like a lot of raunchy comedies, like TV shows as far as like Family Guy, Simpsons, South Park. Those are some shows that I always get into. People say that South Park's not the same anymore. I agree, but they're still fun to watch. Same with Family Guy. Simpsons is done. Let's get that straight. As far as real life TV shows, I still like The Big Bang Theory. I'll still watch it. It's not the same, but I don't care. Definitely, they should have ended a while ago. 2.5 Men I got into, but they just like fucked it up when Austin Kutcher got there. And I get it, Charlie Sheen, he didn't want to do it anymore. Jake, the guy who played Jake, he left 2.5 Men. So yeah, that show died quickly. Breaking Bad I recently got into, and it's a really damn good show. I'm into a lot of like the Netflix stuff, like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, mainly the Marvel stuff. I've never seen Stranger Things. I'm planning on seeing it soon. Never been a Walking Dead fan. I'm sorry. Trying to think of some other shows. I think that was it for TV shows. I'm trying to think of some other shows. I don't know, there was a lot of TV shows that I really liked back in the day. Fuck. You think it was How I Met Your Mother. Despite the ending, every season was perfect. It was like top to bottom. It was just great. The last season was kind of dumb with where they just had the whole show, the whole season be 3 days long, and sometimes they just cut to shit that they could have done later, and it was just there's some dumb parts in season 8, and the ending was dumb. But yeah, that was another good show. 70 show, I gotta forget that, Malcolm in the Middle. Those are some shows that I could think of. Let's see. Question 4 that you ask. Is it me or do some animation shows have good music? Kind of. Trying to think of some that come up to mind. As far as animated TV shows, I'm trying to think of some like good ones. I always like the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy themes. Like, it was like super spooky and it like fit to their character. And ironically enough, it's Halloween already. So yeah, I think some songs in animated TV shows are good. Some are annoying. I can't stand Phineas and Ferb theme song. It's so fucking annoying. Thoughts on Steven Universe and Adventure Time? I've never seen Steven Universe, so I can't give you an answer on that. I've seen some Adventure Time, and I like it. It's the old school Cartoon Network that I like. I used to be into regular show and Adventure Time a lot. If I had to choose my favorite, I'd probably have to say Adventure Time. So yeah, I think that's a good one. I think it's a good show. Definitely for the next generation of kids, Sixth question that you asked. What inspiration... Let me read this right. What are inspirations when you write song? Your thought process. My thought process as far as writing music, whenever an incident happens to me, I just kind of write it down, think about how I could continue to make it like into like song wise. I also like add in like references to old songs that I grew up with, as far as some songs that I've written in the past. Like, I forgot to talk about this one song. I wrote a song called "I Can't / Take It Any Longer." Basically, a song about me finding the one, but I can't tell her that she's the one for me. And I couldn't take it, so there's that one song that I wrote, and I basically took a reference to the song. I'm gonna get a lot of laughs for this, but I Hate This Part Right Here by the Pussycat Dolls and kind of made it my version of it. So yeah, I always take reference of like incidents that happen with me. I listen to music a lot. Like, as I'm walking, I listen to a lot of music, and that's where I get my inspiration. And I'm tired of making all these romantic songs. I really am tired of making songs about girls. I like making songs a lot about me. So yeah, I think my inspiration is just like basically having fun. I like to talk trash on people. If you guys remember a song called "Not Your Puppet," I put something called #DryPasta, and the line was basically, instead of turning violence and drama, sorry old fake, but you're as dry as your pasta. That's basically one of my haters in the real world who trashed my music one time. And then she made food for us, and god damn it, she can't cook for crap. And I'm not going to put her on the spot, definitely, but she knows who she is. She sucks. Yeah, so I just basically call out stuff that I like or don't like, and I just make it a masterpiece. It's kind of hard to answer that question, but yeah, those are kind of like my ways of like my thought process as far as writing music. I definitely don't like writing stuff depressing all the time. It's just annoying. It's just kind of dull, and then I'm thinking, why did I write that? Like, hell, I even brought up why my lyrics suck sometimes. So yeah, that's like my inspiration. Thanks for that question. I really want to talk about that. Seventh question. Name Japan matches you like. I never got into Japan wrestling until Wrestle Kingdom 9. Then I started watching a lot of years from 2013 and 2014. But a lot of Hiroshi Tanahashi, Katsuchika Okada matches have been incredible. Just like some damn right classic matches. Shinsuke Nakamura is definitely one of my favorite wrestlers in Japan history. He had great matches with Sami Zayn, Kota Ibushi, AJ Styles, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Katsuchika Okada, Tomohiro Ishii, Katsuyori Shibata. Shinsuke Nakamura had some phenomenal matches. Basically, a Japan version of Shawn Michaels. That's definitely the guy. And yeah, those are some of my favorite matches. As far as my favorite match ever in Japan history, I'm probably gonna say, and this is gonna make it sound biased, but I don't care. I'm probably gonna have to say Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kazuchika Okada from Wrestle Kingdom 10 this year. That was just a straight up great match, great main event. Even though we've seen it multiple times before, you can never get old with these matches. Your last question. Favorite tag team style? I always like old school wrestling. I'm kind of glad that they got it back with American Alpha and the Revival. Those matches were great. As far as like, the kind of tag teams that I like Heart Foundation versus Demolition at SummerSlam, that 2 out of 3 falls. That's the kind of wrestling I like in tag team matches. You can have all these ladder matches, you can have all these tables matches, but I always like a good match, like 2 tag teams just going all out, just killing it. That's why the Revival versus Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa this year was just one of my favorite matches this year. Yeah, thanks a lot, Princess Strong Style. Check out his YouTube channel. You guys know who that is. Xavier comes with the next 4 questions. He's from Twitter. Thoughts on the DCEU, the DC Cinematic Universe? I don't hate it as much as people do. I definitely do believe there's some flaws. It's more about having a really good choreographed looking movie than having a good story, which is what they're lacking on. And I hate this idea that they're trying to catch up to Marvel. Even though I enjoyed Batman v Superman as much as people did, I could tell that it had a shit ton of problems. It had a bunch of problems, and it got to the point that some parts feel unwatchable and skippable. And even Suicide Squad. A lot of people love Suicide Squad. Some people are just being fanboys because they like Joker, Harley Quinn, Deathshot. But I'm probably the one that liked it the least out of my friends. I still don't think it's a really good movie, but I don't know. Just the lack of telling story. And I hate that they wait until their extended cut to explain everything. It's just lazy. It really is lazy, and I don't like when movies do that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say that the DC universe is definitely going on the right track. I hope Wonder Woman and Justice League deliver, because this better be their saying of like, this is time that we have to push it. And they look really good movies, so they could definitely pull something out of this. And if they don't, then this is probably the end for them. This next question, best movie Batman, like best Batman. Let's see. I like Adam West. He was really funny and entertaining. Val Kilmer was okay. I hate George Clooney as Batman. Christian Bale was a good Bruce Wayne, but I don't think he fit well as a Batman quality. Like, the voice was whatever, and the way he moved was kind of chunky and weird. Michael Keaton for a time was my favorite Batman because he was an amazing Batman, maybe an incredible Batman. But I don't know, his Bruce Wayne, it's a very underrated Bruce Wayne. He's not the best, but not the worst, definitely. I think it was a good, and that's why I think Ben Affleck hit. And it's gonna make sound biased. Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. So you have Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne and Michael Keaton's Batman all wrapped in one person, and it's just an incredibly good Batman. He looks badass. His fighting skills are great. I think Ben Affleck nailed it. Definitely the best part of Batman versus Superman, and I can't wait to see his standalone movie as well as Justice League. Hell, he was even great in Suicide Squad for the little that he was in. Next question, DX versus NWO, choose your team. Like a 5-on-5. Let's see, for DX, definitely Triple H and Shawn Michaels. The New Age Outlaws, that's another given. I would say China. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say China, because I think China, even though she's a woman, definitely could fight with other men. I mean, she had a great match, some good matches with Chris Jericho and Hardcore Holly. So China, definitely those will be my 5. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, New Age Outlaws, and China. As far as my NWO, definitely the Outsiders, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Sting. You gotta have Sting there. And as far as the fifth guy, uh, I'm probably gonna have to go with the Macho Man Randy Savage because I love Macho Man. I love me some Macho Man. Macho Man and Shawn Michaels. Can you imagine that? Those two in the ring. So I probably have to say that. I didn't put X-Pac or Six because it was kind of hard to choose where to put him, and so I just kind of took him off. So yeah, and I love X-Pac, so don't get me wrong. Last question that he asked me, do you play sports or do you work? I got invited to be a football player at my school, but fuck that. Let's be honest, my school sucks. If you guys know what school I go to, you guys know that we suck. Let's be honest. We're good at soccer. I love soccer. I love basketball. I used to play hockey a lot. Not as much anymore. Street hockey, not ice hockey. I ain't about that cold life. I think sports are good. I'm just not. I would not consider myself playing them. I work. Yes, I do work. I work at this farm called Urban Life Farms. It's in San Diego. I was actually in their Instagram and Facebook page recently. They basically told my story, and it's a good farm. I'm actually supervising there. Some people don't believe me. I don't care. But yeah, I teach students like the farming abilities. I've worked there for 3.5 years now. It's cool. They brought me into like their home, and it's not just about working in a farm. It's actually about community and getting to know people. It's a great way to get job experience, know people, and it just showed me, that maybe some jobs are worth keeping, and they helped me a lot with school and my resumes for future jobs. Hell, and they're teaching me how to apply to college now. Thanks for those questions, Xavier. Follow him on Twitter. Last question from Facebook. This is coming from Taylor Young. Good friend of mine, Taylor Young. She only asked me one question, and it's like a question that I've been trying to think about. What movie character do you relate to the most? I've said recently that Quentin Tarantino was like one of like my favorite. Hold on, I got lost on. What was one of your favorite? What character do you like to relate to most? I said that Sing Street is my favorite movie this year. I could really relate to that kid, even though I don't have an older brother, so I can't really say him. I'm probably gonna have to say Ralph Macchio from The Karate Kid. I forgot the name of his character. Everybody knows that's my favorite movie. And Ralph Macchio in that movie just showed like he moves into new neighborhood. It just shows me kind of growing as a person, seeing that people are not nice, and then I kind of take on the people that weren't nice, and then they respect me. That's definitely a character that I would relate to the most. We went for an hour, and only a few people asked questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed that Q&A. It's I hope I do this again. I really want to do this Q&A again. It was a lot of fun. Sorry I didn't answer your question, but yeah. Thank you a lot. We've made it to 300 videos. Can you believe that? 300 videos. It's time to go do the rest of my life. It's me, it's the ALE Double X Prince. Happy Halloween, and until then, I'm out.